Hey artists, Mrs. Vaughn here. I have a new artist to introduce you to, and he has the hardest name I've had to pronounce yet, so bear with me. His name is Katsushika Hokusai, and he is a Japanese artist and probably has created the most famous work to come out of Japan. I'll show you a picture of it. This is called the Great Wave of Kanagawa. It's a wood block print. So the artist prepares the design. The block cutter cuts the wood. They have one block for each color, and then it's turned over to the printers who print using the blocks on paper. This is from a series, it's called 36 Views of Mount Fuji. This is one of the pictures, and if you can see here, this is little Mount Fuji here. And the reason this is so important is Mount Fuji is the highest mountain in Japan and it is considered sacred. So enjoy this project and enjoy learning about this artist. Katsushika Hokusai spent his childhood in an artist community of wooden houses and narrow streets in Edo, now known as Tokyo, Japan. He began painting at 6 and learned wood carving from a very young age. He was a woodblock printer, a painter, and a book illustrator. He apprenticed himself to older artists to learn the craft better. An apprentice is a person who is learning a trade from a skilled employer, having agreed to work for a fixed period at low wages. He created 30,000 print designs in his lifetime. He had about 30 names he used during his life. This practice, in which the artist adopts a new name each time they reach a new level of proficiency, was common at the time, but he took on more names than usual. Fuji in Owari province celebrated the everyday life of the worker. Although he lived to be 90 years old, at the end of his life he had this to say: "If heaven would give me just 5 more years, I might become a true painter." This picture is known as Japan's most famous artwork. The print shows Mount Fuji in the background, framed by rough seas off the region of Kanagawa. The height of the waves is emphasized by the 3 fishing skiffs getting tossed around on the seas. Today we're going to use this print as an inspiration for our art. Time to get your supplies together. You can use what you have on hand. You definitely need paper, pencil, and eraser, and decide what you'd like to use to add color to your artwork. All right, so usually I would start those with a pencil and an eraser, and I suggest you do that. But I've tried doing that, and it's really hard for you guys at home to see what I'm doing with a pencil. So I am starting with a Sharpie, just so you can see it. Start with the pencil. Here's what I'm going to do. Here's our picture, and I want you to show you there's 3 parts to it. Here's a low wave, here's a high wave, and back here is Mount Fuji. So I'm gonna help you draw this. If you need more time, stop the video, or pause it, or rewind it. So I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna start on this side of my paper. And I'm gonna go up like this. That's pretty easy. And then I think, see these little waves? So let me go like this. I'm gonna go down here. This is a wave. We kind of want to show it's a really stormy sea. I'm going to leave it like that, so I have 3 lines. Next, we're going to work on the big wave. The big wave kind of comes over like this, and then there's all this little zigzagginess. So I'm just going to, the zigzagginess is the foam from the wave breaking. So I'm going to just do zigzaggity. I know it looks kind of crazy right now, but I think it's gonna work. And then that looks very strange. I'm gonna add above it as the wave's breaking little V's and X's, just a little more zigzag just to show the movement in the foam of the wave breaking. To make this really look like a wave, we have to do this part. So we're gonna come under here and go like this. Does that now look like a wave breaking? I think it does. Next, we're gonna start with this foam. It's a lot more of that zigzaggity kind of foam. Little fingers reaching out. And again, we're gonna do the same thing. X's and zigs and V's and just something to show movement. Looks like we have a little more zigzaggity over here too, so I'll just do a little bit over here. There's a little bit of foam breaking over here. Next, we get close. You can see we're going to do Mount Fuji. Mount Fuji's not huge in this picture. It's meant to show how huge the waves are compared to Mount Fuji. Also, Mount Fuji is a volcano, so it's going to be flat-topped. And it's of high elevation, so we're going to do, this is a little bit of snow. It's a snow-capped mountain. All right, next step, to make these look like waves, our artist has drawn these lines. It really shows, you know, the waves about to break. They can be close together, they can be further apart. That really looks like a wave now. Looks like there's a little bit of blueness back here. Now I'm gonna do some more of the lines for the waves. The water just showing. And we're gonna do, if you look at that water, it's kind of three colors, right? It's white, it's light blue, or it's regular colored blue, like a bright or a dark blue. And I'm going to give you one more close-up to show you. There are three boats or little skiffs here. You can see parts of them. You can't see, or maybe this is one big one right here and maybe there's only two of them. You can't see the whole boat because these waves are so big. So I'm just going to do a portion of a boat kind of popping. Show it's a boat. Very simple. All right, and the last thing I'm going to do are more of these lines of water. That's it for the drawing. Now I'm gonna, if you did it in pencil, go take a Sharpie or a brown crayon and go over it. I'm done with my Sharpie. I'm now gonna get my colors. First thing I'm gonna do are my waves. I only have one color. I'm gonna use crayon of blue, but watch what I can do. Remember, in the picture, they're kind of different shades of blues and whites. So I'm gonna do a dark blue, and then I'm gonna just push real light with this crayon, getting a different shade of the same color. Does everyone have to be different? No, two can be the same. You could do two dark ones together or two light ones together. Stagger it, have fun, enjoy. I'm gonna speed through this part of the coloring, and I will touch base with you again as we go to work on the sky. going to talk about the sky. So let's get up close. You can see it looks like there's a little horizon behind Mount Fuji. And then I'm not sure if you can see, but very light. There's a little section above Mount Fuji that's a little bit lighter. Everything is done with gray, however, and we're gonna do the same. So first we'll do the horizon, then we'll kind of draw the lightest area and fill in the whole thing, and I'm only using a gray for everything. So in the end, I will have used 3 colors. I will have used the blue, the brown for the skiff, and then a gray. I could use a black too, but I'm going to use a gray because he got this pretty light in the sky. So here are some samples of the Great Wave of Kanagawa. As you can see, once I finished making this, I realized, whoops, I forgot to color a little section. I have a feeling you noticed that too. And here's some other artists' rendition of the same picture. If you enjoyed what we did today, be sure to hit the subscribe button.